beyond angry.
Make them say yes!
Just take it nice and easy. Okay, just relax.
Hey, you're cool.
It's the Jim Fannon Show. We've come to take your mind.
I am beyond angry.
Shut up.
Am I still on? Here we go. It's the Jim Fannon Show, live from Port Dalhousie, right here, beautiful downtown, North End, St. Catharines. Port Dalhousie's not in the downtown. House band is hot tonight. Thanks for joining in. Share it, comment if you like it. If you don't like it, you can still comment. We like to hate comments. Welcome back. I am your pimp in the box. I am the king of the scrubs. I talk to politicians, media types, rock stars, and heathens, and sometimes I talk to myself. Usually I'm live Thursday nights at 7 p.m., but we have summer hours this summer. I'm not feeling motivated on most Thursday nights at 7 p.m. to be out here, so I have been doing alternative content off the cuff here and there, pre-recorded like this one is. It is Wednesday at 11:58 a.m. and it's the 21st of July 2021. Find us on Twitter at Team Niagara, on Facebook as Jim Fannon and the Jim Fannon Show. Also on Twitch is the Jim Fannon Show, and on YouTube not only as the Jim Fannon Show but as True Tube. 2 words, TREW, True Tube. And during the broadcast, you can find out where to contribute, to donate, or volunteer. I need someone that's really well-versed and patient with WordPress. True.tube, which is where we will be broadcasting all future broadcasts from behind the paywall and just releasing clips here and there for public. Well, it's the only way you can try and make a living in this game, I guess. So, enough of that. A quick hit today. I got a bunch of clips to run through. And the next episode of this show will be solely and exclusively devoted to an apology to Signal 88 Security. I apologize for getting your name wrong. Signal 88 Security and one Matthew Tremblay. Wait for that. It should probably take me, I don't know how long the apology will take, but I'm going to go through the list of grievances just so that I'm clear before I retract and apologize. We'll go through everything with you, and I'm hoping that you'll check it out. Well, let's call it tomorrow night, Thursday night. Tomorrow, if I get this out today, tomorrow night is Thursday, 7 p.m. I will be here. I'll have a show for you. Also at noon tomorrow, Josh Denny joins me. I don't think you want to miss this one. I told him I'm looking forward to getting my second strike on YouTube, on my 6th channel on YouTube, at True Tube, TREW. So Josh Denny, tomorrow noon EST, right here, wherever you're watching this broadcast. All right, so starting off here, we got a quick hit. Media bias is ugly. So is this woman's broadcast skills. Not a very good broadcaster, I would say.
Just take it nice and easy, okay? Just relax.
They're still talking about Trump. I gotta dial that one back again. I'm gonna play this in full for context. It's less than 3 minutes. She asks a question for 45 seconds and then plays 45 seconds of clips. I've watched this once, twice maybe now. And then she interrupts his response, and then listen how he sets her straight.
You say that actually this will increase access for voters of color, for African Americans. That's just not true. There have been analyses, multiple done.
It's just not true. There have been multiple analyses done. Okay, what we're talking about here, this guy was kicked out of the CBC, Congressional Black Caucus, because he's a Trump supporter. Oh, there's more. Hang on.
Including by the Houston Chronicle, looking at the bills.
Was found guilty today on one charge. Video of that incident spread quickly during last year's protests over the death of George Floyd. Jury found Jennifer Watson guilty of reckless.
For crying out in the night. Okay, I think I got my shit together now. Let's see. We don't need to start it over. We'll just continue from here.
Specifically in Texas, including by the Washington Post, looking at these bills writ large.
No, they're talking about the bills that demand. This is for real. They've passed a few laws in a few states that says that you need to supply ID to vote. Now, I'm completely serious. I'm not kidding here. You can't get a tattoo without ID in the States. So mass media and the Democratic Party, with the media's help, is trying to convince people these are racist bills because, well, black people don't have ID? What?
They're not going to increase access for voters of color. They're going to decrease access.
See, this is a blatant lie. Either they haven't read the bill or choosing just to, chirp the mainstream narrative. Narrative is more like it. They're married to the narrative. That this bill's somehow going to restrict voting rights of minorities. It's a patent lie. CNN has been lying and lying and lying and lying for years and years. And either you like it, you enjoy it, you watch it as entertainment, or you don't care. I'm not sure. Maybe both. All of those.
Furthermore, you have defended President Trump you've said he's done enough.
Okay, so now we invite this gent on the show to talk about the fact, there it is in the Chiron, black GOP lawmaker, black caucus won't let me into group. So this is why they've got him on the show. This is why this stooge, for lack of a better term, she's not a good broadcaster. And she's just a horrible broadcaster. That's it. And forget the and. I think she was a morning monkey at one time when she was a lot hotter and probably a lot wilder.
When it comes to rebuffing ideas about white supremacy, but I do want to listen to some of his prominent comments on the subject of race to get your perspective.
Okay, so we're 41 seconds in. Her guest hasn't said a word, and now she's going to, another 45 seconds of Trump clips, which are all, there's no bad Trump clips. They're all hilarious. They're awesome, and they're even funnier to watch the left take them out of context. Here we go.
Blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either.
Voters of color for African Americans. That's just not true.
I just hacked that. I wanted to pause it, and I fucked it. I'm sorry. I wanted to pause it right here because...
Get your perspective.
Blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either.
Now, that first one is Charlottesville. They do everything they can to take out of context just a little snippet of what he said to make it sound worse than it was. He addressed the white supremacy problem. He denounced it. He spoke about there was good and bad on both sides. When he was talking about good and bad on both sides, he was actually talking about the people that were there to debate the renaming of the park and the taking down of the statue. That was the issue that the protest was around. And then, it got complicated after that. But they're just taking everything out of context, and I think it's hilarious because you're either falling for it, you don't know, or you've never seen the full clip of what he said about Charlottesville that day, denouncing it that day. Anyways, I don't need to defend Trump at all. Please.
And would you like me to condemn
white supremacists and Proud
Boys? Stand back and stand by.
Now, everyone knows he was trying to say, stand down. He couldn't get it out. Stand black, he said. Stand black and stand by. Stand down. Stand back and stand down. Stand down is what he was going for. When the lights are on, it's the middle of the debate. I don't know why they brought the Proud Boys up. It's a drinking club. The Proud Boys are a boozing conservative men's club, basically. Jeez.
When people proudly had their Confederate flags, they're not talking about racism.
And we're not. I'm going to get a Confederate flag. I'm going to hang it proudly because it's the symbol of rebel. Remember Billy Idol, Rebel Yell? Didn't he fly this flag? Dukes of Hazzard? General Lee? It's a symbol of fuck you-ness. It's an old flag that basically says, what? Fuck the North? I don't know. It's not a hate symbol. It's an old flag. Confederate flag and is now a sign of white supremacy. It's an absolute farce. It's a joke. We're not falling for it, and I'm going to start flying it.
They love their flag. It represents the South. What do you
Yes, it does represent the South.
prefer? Blacks for Trump or African Americans for Trump? George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Look.
Is that not a great point? You're ripping everyone's. I guess. Yeah. George Washington's going to lose his status too.
Look at my African American over here.
Is he not really intimating at by saying my African American? I haven't seen this one before, but that's good. Look at my African American over here. I don't know what the context is here, but it's classic Trump. He just plays with everyone.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag,
yes,
to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now?
Yes, I would. Pal, see you later.
Do you think that your defense of a person that said
did you
things
forget
like...
Did you forget where we were? Like, seriously, I'm so entertained by Trump, I forgot what I was doing. Well, thank God I'm recording. Yeah, this is an actual interview. And now we're a minute 33 in. This segment, well, this clip is only less than 3 minutes, but I'm sure the interview is longer. I don't have it all. Nor do I really care, because I was just talking about this, and I think it makes the point. We're a minute 33 into this portion of the program, and she's used it all.
Like that might be incongruent with the mission of the CBC?
136, my correction.
First of all, whatever the president said in the past has nothing to do with this discussion at all. I think what's important.
Not even 10 seconds in, she's steamrolling him already. He said how many words? And she's already interrupting him. And watch this.
You've defended
please
him.
don't cut me off. I have not cut you off in this interview. Please do not do that to me.
Yay. 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 I love this man. I probably should. Should I know his name? Like, is that like pertinent or like part of the conversation? I don't have it. I'll get it for you. I'm going. I should know it now, though. That's how much prep I do for this show. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. As a black man in America, I'm allowed to have my own thoughts on who I choose to support and who I choose not to support. I think that it's important, whether you're talking about the Congressional Black Caucus or the Florida State Legislative Black Caucus or the National Caucus of State Black Legislators, organizations I have been a part of in the past. My support of President Trump has been consistent, but at the same time, I've had the ability to advocate for issues, ideas, proposals, and funding that have helped the black community in my state. You're talking to somebody who my first 3 years in college was at Florida A&M and HBCU. So whether my support for President Trump, whether it's for or against, is irrelevant. That has nothing to do with this discussion. This is whether the ideology of somebody who is conservative is welcome in the Congressional Black Caucus. It's really that simple. And so to bring up President Trump and try to make this about him does not matter. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the situation at hand.
Well, I ask you.
But aren't you racist though? No, you're racist. I ask you because you're racist, because you like Trump. Oh, for crying out loud. What do we got here? Are we rolling? How far in are we? Oh, did I catch my 18 minutes in? I can't read. Oh, I can't read. Listen to me. Oh, my glasses on. Find me here on Twitter at Team Niagara, okay? Okay. We're going to start this out for obvious reasons. There's only one reason I'm here, and it's for this video. Mm-hmm. Look at the balance on this girl. Like, a little slow-mo. This goes to the front of the board as the wave comes up on her bum. I could watch this all day, every day. This should be my screensaver. Look at this girl. She's mastered. Not only that, she's got such a fuck you-ness about her. Look at, she don't give a fuck. Look at the game this girl's got. I've never surfed, okay? But look at, hello? What the? She just does not. Look, hello? Look at me. I'm the coolest thing on this beach. 1, 2 tree, side by each, on the beach. Hello? I wish I could full screen it. Is there music? No, it doesn't appear to be. How come I can't full screen these things? Anyway, it's a good way to start the show. The FBI allegedly used at least 12 informants in the Michigan kidnapping case. There was no kidnapping case. This is a BuzzFeed article, so you know it'll be garbage, but they entrapped these guys. They're creating racism where it doesn't exist. Trust me, in more than one place. Meandering through the Capitol building, also known as the insurrection. We should say it like this.
The insurrection.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's right. These people are whack, super spreaders, and Kamala Harris decides that she's not going to quarantine because, well, it wasn't a risk just because 10%, 11% of the people on the plane got corona, and she was in touch with them. It's no big deal. It's really no big deal.
Just take it nice and easy, okay? Just relax.
If they have it, if they really have it, prove it. Texas Rep Briscoe Kane, he doesn't believe that they have. He thinks they're looking to take more time off away from their duties. In a related matter, the White House officials, and you gotta follow Jack Posobiec, Agent Pozo. That's what I call him. I mean, I don't talk to him, but White House tells me every one of the team was tested, including Kamala, and they all instantly freaked out the minute the news broke. Yes, she met with them. No big deal. Moving on. Oh, we're going to touch on Pozo, too, before we get out of here. Yes, this is your daily reminder. No FAP. Your daily reminder that pornography is a scourge that destroys marriages and families, which are the fundamental bedrock on which people rely instead of big daddy government. So no, porn is not conservative, and I can't believe we're having this discussion. Thanks, Liz. I like Liz. I support that tweet 100%. Oh, more Pozo. This is what got me. You know they're going to make a list of 12 people that specialized in disinformation and got removed from social media. Pepe the Frog will be one. You can add the Proud Boys to that list. Anybody associated with that, including Gavin McInnes. This is going to be amazing when this happens. The Biden admin is now planning to release a list of conservative social media influencers that were followed by J6 defendants that question the integrity of the 2020 election. The list also includes members of Congress. This is 2021 under Biden. Pozo's fire. You gotta follow Jack. The Chinese Communist Party has directly targeted me through their main overseas propaganda outlet. Are you paying attention yet? That's Pozo. Fucking love Pozo. Let's get a little taste of how they introduce Agent Pozo.
Generation, they lie a lot. They lie to Congress. They spy on Congress. They spy on staffers. They dig up dirt on people. You should not trust them.
I classify this man one of the most dangerous men in the United States right now. On the mainland soil, this is probably the guy that's tied into more information with, I don't know, maybe I just don't know. But as far as public figures go, Jack Posobiec is fire. He's connected, he's articulate, he stays on the platform. So far, he's been able to stay on, and he's a star. He's a stud. But he's one of those soft studs. Oh, he's not soft, trust me. Agent Pozo is hard. But he's like super nerdy cool. I don't know how you get that. He's not soft. He's a man. There's no doubt about that. And there's no fear in this man. But at the same time, he's kind of like the biggest nerd ever, which is weird, but I love him, and it didn't take much. So that's how Pozo walks into an event. Wow. Let's see what
list.
Chucky's
I will tell
got
you
to say.
that these are people who are sharing information on public platforms on Facebook, information that is traveling, is inaccurate. Our biggest concern here, and I frankly think it should be your biggest concern, is the number of people who are dying around the country because they're getting misinformation that is leading them to not take a vaccine.
Okay, Chucky. No one is dying from misinformation around a vaccine, okay? Those that are choosing to take their chances with COVID are not the new epidemic. Chucky, circle back, Jen Psaki. I mean, how much of this stuff can I play? This redhead is running the nation, basically. Her and Bernie Sanders. Joe is a puppet. Kamala doesn't have... don't even get me started on Kamala Harris.
Young people, old people, kids, children, this is all a lot of them are being impacted by misinformation.
Old people, young people, kids, children. You're obviously not working from your notes.
A concern, though, I think, for a lot of people on Facebook is that now this is Big Brother watching you.
They're more concerned about that than people dying across.
Yes, we are much more concerned with you colluding with big tech to decide what is truth. Yes, we're very concerned. And we're more concerned of that than people dying of COVID. Yeah, you nailed it. Well done, Jen.
The country because of a pandemic where misinformation is traveling on.
It's flu season. People are going to die in flu season. Thank God the average age is still well over 82, 84 in Canada, I think. Listen, the average age of death from Kung Flu in Canada is 84 years old. It's older. The average age is older than the average life expectancy of a Canadian. Just marinate in that a little bit. Yeah, seriously. It's no joke.
Social media platforms, that feels unlikely to me. If you have...
No, that's where you're wrong. It's not unlikely. We're worried that you're censoring free speech. We're not worried about getting the flu.
The data to back that up, I'm happy to discuss it.
About things that are on Facebook, I looked this morning. There are videos of Dr. Fauci from 2020 before anybody had a vaccine, and he is out there saying there's no reason to be walking around with a mask. So is the administration going to contact Facebook and ask them to take that down?
Well, first, I think what Dr. Fauci has said himself, who's been quite public out there, is that science...
Shut up. Seriously? Shut up. We don't even... Oh, I got more? Yeah, this is regular contact. Are you kidding? What? Rumble's giving me ads now, too?
Did you know that when you become a CAA member, you'll gain
ounce? No one better than the president.
Fired, too.
That's the period of time we're in at this point.
And you went through kind of the top line details of this yesterday, but can you elaborate a little bit on the Facebook, the administration to Facebook, flagging of disinformation, and then there's also some reporting that we've had that Facebook maybe hasn't been as proactive as the White House would like it to be in response to some of the flagging. So the process of how the flagging works, and then whether Facebook has been amenable to those requests.
Sure. Well, I would say first, it shouldn't come as any surprise that we're in regular touch with social media platforms.
Okay, yes, it does. You're the government. You want to talk to these guys, bring them before the House and question them in public. You are colluding. This is classic. And they're doing it right in the open like it's no problem. Unreal.
It's just like we're in regular touch with all of you and your...
No. When you're in regular touch with the media, this is where it happens. Right here. In a press briefing room where you give media releases and press briefs where you're questioned. Not colluding with private business that hold a monopoly on information about what you feel is acceptable, and thinking that when you flag something, it should be taken down. Look at all the censorship that happened through the 2020 election. It was unbelievable, the suppression of information that took place right out in the open. And how can you not think that that doesn't sway the vote? I mean, Trump won in a landslide. I have no doubt that election was rigged, or at least unconstitutionally changed before the election. Like, does that get me shut down? Anyway, I'm over it. They got a problem with mail-in ballots in the States. There's no way to verify it. They go out en masse. There's a lot that's coming out about out and open election tinkering.
Media outlets about areas where we have concern, information that might be useful, information that may or may not be interesting to your viewers. You all make decisions.
It's maybe I need to edit this out. Or maybe I need to broadcast it not on YouTube, because I'm thinking now that I just made that comment, that's probably my another strike on my channel. Well, maybe I'll upload it on my Dinky channel first and see what happens there. It's unbelievable. You cannot say anything on this platform without getting yanked. And I'm on my 6th channel. 6th. The first one was 10 years old, and they shut down for no reason. No complaints, no copyright strikes, no community guideline strikes, nothing. Disappeared me for no reason just after I started making some money. It took me about 6 months, and I blew it up to about 3 million views, and they hacked it. No reason. They said I had a bot running my account for follows and likes. What a joke. Fuck you, YouTube.
Just like the social media platforms make decisions, even though they're a private sector company and different, but just as an example. So we're regularly making sure social media platforms are aware of the latest narratives dangerous to public health that we and many other Americans are seeing across.
How can you make decisions for what other Americans think? They're doing this right in broad daylight. Can you believe this?
All of social and traditional media, and
okay, I'm over it. And fucking the lies. Like, they actually. Oh, I wish I could say they think we're stupid, but they know we're stupid, basically. Oh, this is a classic too.
Providing for Facebook or other platforms to measure and publicly share the impact of misinformation on their platform and the audience it's reaching. Also with the public, with all of you, to create robust enforcement strategies that bridge their properties and provide transparency about rules. You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others. Rules, you shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others. Transparency about rules. You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others. Be banned from one platform. Shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others.
Are you getting this? Are you getting this? You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not the others. Unbelievable. And you voted for it. Oh, I don't believe that you voted for it, but that's another thing altogether. Ashton Kutcher, what's up with him? He's speaking out against China these days.
They can only use technology in public places in the house. So if they want to be on their iPad doing a learning game or whatever that might be, it's only in the living room. They don't get to take technology into their bedrooms or into any private space in the house. And then the question of whether or not they're going to go on social media, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. My guess is social media is going to be very different by that point in time.
How do you think it'll be different?
Well, I look at TikTok right now, which is probably the fastest growing social media platform. And I see a massive regulatory battle on the horizon for a company like TikTok that is powered by ByteDance, which is one of the most powerful AI engines in the world in China.
Yeah.
And I think about if I'm China and I want to create a problem in that area of the world, specifically a naval problem in that area of the world, in the South China Sea, I would probably want to utilize TikTok in order to influence the minds of Americans in a anti-U.S. propaganda, anti-Taiwanese propaganda.
He is saying it. He's saying it all.
In order to make any kind of war from the United States extraordinarily unpopular in order to defend the South China Sea.
Yeah, there's all sorts of ways they can manipulate our media and what our people think. That's right.
And I think that most people believe that there is media manipulation happening and misinformation campaigns happening, just not through their sources. And I think that that's wrong. And I think we're about to face a reckoning in that particular domain that is going to probably change what social media looks like in the future, because it's my sense as a fervent American.
Excuse me. What up? That was pretty sweet. What do we got for time check? 35 minutes. Okay, that's about good. Revealed leak uncovers global abuse of cyber surveillance weapon. Human rights activists, journalists, and lawyers across the world have been targeted by authoritarian governments using hacking software sold by the Israeli surveillance company NSO Group, according to an investigation into a massive data leak. So there's that. These links will be in the description of the YouTube video. Donald's Black GOP rep rips CBC for blocking him from joining the group. As a black man in America, I'm allowed to have my own thoughts. Keller is the reporter, media guest. His name is Donald. I should know the first name, but anyways, I should know who this guy is. I've seen him before. What the hell is his name? Byron Donalds. Okay, cool. Oh, I think we got that. We haven't seen this yet, and it's not brand new, okay? By the time I get to this stuff, it's not fresh, because I'm not doing this like as it happens type of thing. So this is a couple days old, and this is epic. Brian Stetler is a raving drama queen who specializes in fake news, in propagation of fake narratives, false narratives, and misinformation all day long with his employer that he works for. That's CNN. Everywhere.
Most of his administration seeing people on television and immediately calling them.
But maybe that's how it works sometimes,
I don't want you to think...
Is that how it works? That's how you get access?
But I don't want you to think that what I said at that point, and that's what Trump does. He has spent most of his administration seeing people on television and immediately calling them.
But maybe that's how it works sometimes,
I don't want you to think...
Is that how it works? That's how you get access?
But I don't want you to think that what I said at that point was in any way inauthentic. I think the media has done a terrible job on this. I think you yourself, you're a nice guy. You're full of sanctimony. You become part of one of the parts of the problem of the media.
Great edit. Who did
you
this?
come on here and you have a
looks like one of my edits.
A monopoly on truth. You know exactly how things are supposed to be done. You are one of the reasons people can't stand the media. Sorry.
Perfect cut.
You're cracking me up.
It's your fault.
So what should I do differently, Michael?
Don't talk so much. Listen more. People have genuine problems with the media. The media doesn't get the story right. The media exists in its own bubble.
That's true. I agree.
You got to stop. I mean, that last segment that I just had to listen to of all of the people saying the same old stuff. Also, you're incredibly repetitive. It's week after week. I mean, you're the flip side of Donald Trump. Fake news, and you say virtuous news.
We just figure out what is real.
I mean,
I'm listening.
Well, figuring out what is real is not so easy, and most people don't want to turn to Brian Stelter to tell us what's real. I'm sorry.
Well, then why'd you bother coming on CNN a few times this week?
Wait for it.
I'm a book salesman.
Boom.
I am beyond angry.
BOOM. That's all you gotta say there, Brian Stetler. Go check out True.tube. We're gonna have the paywall up soon. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe, and I'm gonna ask you to pay. All right. Find me on Facebook at fakebook/Jim Fannon. Facebook.com/Jim Fannon. What else we got? Oh, this is great. Jen Chapin, big fan. Interviewed her a couple times. Seen her live a couple times. Great piece on her late father, Harry. I'll include that in the links in the show description. Sad influencer that fell to her death. Made a chilling final post before the fall. Yeah, she was trying to get a selfie of herself when she fell and died. We're having the first Major League Baseball game that will be called by all women. Now, I'm not opposed to this. I don't watch baseball. I'm not a fan of Beth Mowins, the way she calls NFL, because she's fucking horrible. But so far, I've not been impressed by women calling what's traditionally called by men. So good luck with that. Are we still recording? 40 minutes, good. Larry Elder, I'm going to skip this. He's making news, and you know why this is going to be resolved soon. He's running in the recall election in California. This is disturbing. Canadian right-wing extremism increased online during pandemic, report says, and the report warns extreme right-wing activity could rise as lockdown restrictions are lowered. Shut up. Like, seriously. Shut up. Fucking pathetic. What else? We're almost out of here, kids. It's that time. you're just before you get out of class, you're thinking, all right, it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm out. Can't wait to see my friends. I'm out of here. That's what you should be feeling right now, because we're a couple clicks away from ending it all. I don't mean all of it. Woman accused of hitting a protester with her car during Denver George Floyd protests, riots, found not guilty of assault. How do I feel about this? Good. Get out of the fucking road, idiots. Ontario reversal on math curriculum demonstrates power of pushback against radical ideology. Go see Spencer Fernando on Twitter. All his social media, spencerfernando.com. It's a good listen. It's good news. Peace, love, hug your neighbor. Take that filthy thing off your face. Defy. Do not comply. Be free. Take it off your face. Go everywhere. Clean faced. Let everyone see your smile. I love you. I am